Alrighty, hello. Welcome back everybody to the stream. Just gonna check out the sound quality here quick. Alright, sounding good to me. But yeah, welcome back. We're back to get into some Elden Ring shenanigans. Another late night. Anyways, so when we left off, we got some parts of Stormvale Castle here. Is this called Stormvale? What the fuck is this place called again? I forget. Yeah, Stormvale Castle. The boss is that way. There's also a golden seed that way, so what I'm gonna do is just run past and get that golden seed. That's all I really care about right now. Bird is so fucking annoying. I hate these birds. I hate them. But that's okay. We only needed the... You know, I'm starting to notice this now with Elden Ring as well. I noticed this on when I was playing Silent Hill 2 Remake. There's this really weird thing going on with my monitor where it's like phantom, like tracer effects to like... Hold on, let me see if I can do that again. I don't think that's probably not going to be visible to anybody that's on the stream, but it's really weird. Really weird tracer effects. I don't understand it. And I think this is part of the game. Oh, let me see, actually. But it looks like there's like a mesh when I'm looking see-through. It's kind of hard to see. Brightness. It's really tough to see on stream. And honestly, now that I think about it, I wanted to do this before, but I should do this right now. Let's see. Click on the capture card. Properties. I want to change the brightness on this because brightness for me is alright because I have a screen right in front of my face, but I want to brighten this up a little bit. Filters. Effect filter. Brightness. Oh. Nope. Not in settings. Resolution. I don't really want to go too crazy with Why is there just not like a simple like properties? There. Configure video, maybe that. Yeah. Whoa. What the hell is this? Okay, that's a lot going on. That is not what I want to... Oh, here it is, here it is. This apply directly. Oh wow, that actually brightens it up on my screen as well. That is weird. That is really weird. Fuck, what was it at? I don't even remember. Yeah, that is insanely dark. Is this... I wonder if... Hold on. Sorry if I'm blinding people here. I want to see, does that affect... Take hold... Oh yeah, it does. It does. Okay, it goes on stream. Alright. I don't know. I don't want it to be too bright, but I don't want it to be too dark, because it's alright when it's dark for me, but... How's that looking? Let me turn up my brightness on my phone. Try to look at a dark area here. Sorry, this is probably annoying, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's kind of dark right there. Why does my stream look like shit all of a sudden, man? Is it because I'm messing around with this stuff and I shouldn't be? I don't know. Maybe that's kind of annoying though to me. Well, I guess I'll get used to it. Because it's a little like, it's just too bright. not bright as in annoying like brightness for me, but it's like the color of the screen is just whiter. All right, whatever. Let's stop digging around with that. I deselect. There. I don't know. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit brighter for stream. I should have done this a long time ago. Brightened it up just a little bit, because I know there's some games that I play that are a little bit darker, and the brightness is just kind of awful. Anyway, so we got a chat on YouTube from Bricken. Yo, what up? How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. Just starting the Elden Ring stream here. Oh, does it feel darker? I feel like I made it darker. No. No, whatever. Fuck it. You guys can see it just fine. Anyways, we've got the golden seed. And I think we should still be able to upgrade it with 1 seed still. So, go ahead and use that at the grace. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, now we need 2 golden seeds. Damn it. But I only have 1 right now. Alright, so before we go attack the boss, which honestly I should probably upgrade myself a little bit more first, I do want to check this area out. Wanted to do this before in the last stream, I kind of forgot to do it. But when we were by Blythe, I wanted to go do this quick. It looks fine to me, at least. Alright, sounds good. I don't know, I'm always second guessing this stream and the audio quality, the video quality. And sometimes it's a good thing that I am, because there are some times in my stream where it's just, you know, the audio's cutting out or something. Oh! I should have stayed more towards the right. Alright, well, this is going to be hard. Hectic, at least. Alright, I think I'm safe now. Hopefully. Yeah, we're good. I outran a rune bear. So what I'm looking for here is that right there, right there. The ground slam. What a classic. Hold on. My cat already starting off on bullshit. Are you, Mick? Oh, there you are. Goofing around. Alright. Yeah, so... oh, there's another one. Actually, I think this is just a... yeah. So some of these beetles, they'll drop actual, like, items for you. Sometimes they'll drop Ashes of War. Most of the time they're dropping Ashes of War, but if you see a red or a blue one, there's a good chance it will drop you just a replenishment on your health flasks. I also wanted to point this out. I want to grab this, the cracked tier. The green spill, Chris. Why is it always missed? So you can take these and mix them into your Wondrous Physic, which we'll do here in just a second, but there's this little, like, Coliseum elevator area. And I'm probably not going to go through this area just yet, but I do want to have the grace for it. Super cool area. This was super awesome when I first found this out. And, I'll just let it speak for itself. Excited for Night Rain? Hell yes, I'm excited. I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to stream it for you guys. I can't wait for Mr. Mick over here to stop trying to destroy my guitars, man. What are you doing? Stop it. Oh! Oh, he's fighting back! But yeah, I'm super excited for it. I pre-ordered it. I don't pre-order games. Like, 90% of the time I will not pre-order a game, but FromSoft, I will forever now pre-order games. If I see a game that I really want on, like, ASAP, I'll pre-order a game. It's also helps that a lot of my friends also pre-ordered it. I'm very excited to try it out. I never actually got to do the test that they did like a month ago. which I come to find out was super easy to do, and I should have definitely done it because it was on console, it was on PS5. I was over here thinking like, they'll only do stuff for PC, you know, that's typically what it is for like playtesting, but no, it's quite the opposite. And it looked fun, it looked interesting. I'm very excited to fight some of the bosses that I was fighting in my previous Dark Souls streams in a Elden Ring style game. But yeah, this is just an awesome area, and we're not even like I don't really want to spoil too much, but this entire area down there's like, so you got this whole map, right? There's an entire underground section that is almost as big as the upper part of the map. So it's just, I don't know, it's so vast. This game's got so much going on for it. Anyways, I'm about ready to pre-order it on my PS5. The playtest was some of the most fun I've had in a Souls-like. Yeah, it looked pretty cool. It looked like, I don't know. I will say I'm not too crazy about battle royales and stuff like that, which I know it's not technically a battle royale, but it's definitely taking themes from battle royale games, which I don't mind. It looks like a really great game for people who want a more multiplayer experience in Souls-like games, and just games that are straight to the point, you know. There's no, like, you know, from what I see, it's like you sit at a grace, and you just immediately level up. And it just looks so good. I'm so excited. I can't wait. The other players in the playtest were pretty brain dead, though. I did notice that. There is, I was watching some dude on TikTok, and he was just... I watched it for a little bit, because I didn't want to spoil myself too much, but, dude was very loud, very obnoxious, very wrong on many things, and, I don't know, just kept bitching at his chat the whole time. They would say, like, oh, you know, like, they would make any sort of mention to it being like a battle royale. He's like, it's not a fucking battle royale. This is not a battle royale game. Then there's like people in the comments that are like, dude, I mean, it kind of is a battle royale game. Maybe not in the actual traditional sense, like compared to Fortnite. But that, by definition, it is a battle royale game. It has battle royale elements. And there was just other shit he was arguing about too. I think there was something like, I don't remember. He's saying some shit about how like, because there's this rumor going around that Margit could invade you as a boss, and he's like, that's just a rumor, you guys are spreading false information. I don't know, I think bro was rage baiting, to be honest, because from what I understand now, Margit definitely can invade you in your boss fights, and that guy had no idea what the hell he was talking about. He was very loud and very wrong, and those two things just don't match. But regardless, yeah, I guess I'm kind of glad that the person I watched was not too good at it either, because then I'll get to learn it myself. Alright, let's see. There's a couple different things we can do here. We could try to fight the boss right away. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna get smacked around, so instead I'm gonna go here. But yeah, I just remember that guy was getting so loud. People were like, he was like, dude, there's nothing like this game that resembles any sort of battle royale. And it's like, dude, you got a fucking like circle that closes on you. That's like a key component of battle royale games. And to say that there was no likeness towards a battle royale game was just crazy. That being said, like, I could clearly tell this guy doesn't like battle royale games, and I didn't mind that. You know, I can understand that. For the most part, I think battle royale games are way too oversaturated, but I think FromSoft is doing a really good spin on the genre, and I think I'll be very happy with what comes out pretty soon here. I guess we'll see. I'll be streaming it, and I'll probably be streaming it with another one of my buddies. He might even be streaming, I don't know. I guess we gotta still talk, see if that's set in stone. But regardless, I'm gonna be streaming it with my buddies. We'll see how it pans out. Margaret invaded me twice. Both times were when the night was ending and it was tight as heck. You have no time to loot them. Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be fun because, so like, as the people that are watching can tell, there is no rush in this game. There is maybe for some, like, oh, I gotta go over here or go do this, but there's like literally no time limit. There's no rush. You can take everything at your own pace, which is great. But Elden Ring Night Rain kind of flips that on its head, and it's a fast-paced Elden Ring style game. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying not to spoil too much for people who don't know and are like waiting on my channel to watch it from me. But I think you guys will enjoy it. If you're enjoying these Souls-like games that I've been playing, the Dark Souls series streams, and this Elden Ring, I think it's gonna be a great time. The only downside to it, but I understand this, is from what I understand, you don't get to make your own character. You have to choose from pre-selected classes, which is kind of, I'd like to make my own class, but I totally understand why. And especially, that's the other thing too, Elden Ring Night Rain is like 40 bucks, so I can't complain. Alright, so, this is what, I will not say this is probably not the best place to do this, but this was my first kind of Souls farm area when I first started this game. I'm just trying to show it off really quick. I'm probably not going to sit here and do it for too long. I actually want to show a different area that's much better at Souls farming, or rune farming, I should say. But yeah, I would just sit here, whack these giants. I would hop off my horse, double-handed, get an R1 attack. As you can see, it's not the best because you don't do that much damage. At this point, it's like fighting like a little mini boss. You do get a decent chunk of souls, at least for in this part of the game. But there's like other giants. There's 4 more giants. There's one over there, 2 way in the back there, and there's one right there. That's what I used to do. I would hit that grace over here, come back and kill these guys over and over. And I did that for, I'd say, about a week when I first started playing this game. That wasn't until I found out a better Souls area, Souls farming area. And the best Souls farm area that I will show in this, I didn't find myself at all. I found it online. And, well, we'll say I found the area all by myself, and I was super confused because I don't know what was, my game must have been glitched or something, but I wrong warped there. But it has to do with Vare's questline, where you get sent to, I forgot the name of the place. It's like Mohg's ritual chamber or whatever. I don't remember. Anyways, that's one Souls farm method. A method, yeah. We got ourselves a method over here. A better one, though. I'm going to go over here for a couple different ways to get here. But since I'm already halfway over there, I'm going to take this path. Hello from Mr. Democracy on YouTube. Welcome in. How's it going? Stat allocation would mess with the fast-paced aspect of Night Rain, really, especially for indecisive players. Exactly. That's why I kind of totally understand why they don't want you to make your own build. Because, yeah, it could, it's not really meant for that type of game. And Elden Ring Night Rain is, like, yeah, it's Elden Ring, but it's almost like a different game, to be honest. With the gameplay elements and all that, it's definitely going to be a new, refreshing take on the, from FromSoft, at least. To run to a site of grace and immediately level up helps with the aspect. Yeah, that's true. I do. Yeah, you really, like, especially if they were to let you sit down and, like, allocate your stats in a game like that. I mean, obviously, people would learn how to do it, and they could get fast at it. Which I'm sure people could argue that. And I would agree with that as well. But also, I totally understand why it's just, like, you get these characters, you level them up like this, you rest at a grace, and you level up automatically, immediately. Because that's going to help, like, newer players, too. I feel like. It'll definitely be new for me, too, to be honest. Like, I'm not getting... The fastest FromSoft game I've ever experienced was Sekiro. And Sekiro was not... I never beat that game yet. But I am very glad to start that stream eventually. My plan is to beat Elden Ring, then go to Dark Souls 3. I already got Dark Souls 1 and 2 out of the way. Then, from there, it's going to be either Bloodborne or Sekiro. One of the two. Look at this big dung beetle. I forgot he kicks you around. I don't know. I'm still debating, because I know I could definitely beat Bloodborne. I never beat that one either, but Bloodborne was not... Bloodborne was a little challenging, I will say that. It was definitely challenging, but I think Sekiro was just another level. But I loved it. I won't say that I don't like Sekiro. That game is so fast-paced, though. It's insane. And I like how they changed up, like, their formula with that game. I don't know. I liked it enough that I bought it 3 fucking times. I bought that game 3 times. Anyway, stay away from that area. As you can see, there is a Erd Tree boss over there. Now, I will say... he's worth fighting, just not right now. I totally missed a map fragment over here. God damn it. Could have grabbed it. Okay, this will be a little bit more confusing then for me. Alright, so that's the bridge with the dragon, which means the bridge that I am looking for. So there's 2 bridges over in this area. Where the fuck is the other one? Down there? That's the bridge, I believe. No. That is a boss fight dragon, by the way, so I don't want to get too close to him. Let me see here. I might have taken a wrong turn. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Could be a site of grace somewhere around here. There's also these golden runes. No matter what, I am insanely hyped. Yeah, me too. I am very hyped for this game. Less than a week now. It'll be out. That boss has messed me up in so many saves. Yeah, that boss kicks my ass. A lot. I don't know why it's telling us now about a spirit ring. Or a spirit spring ring, or whatever the fuck it's called. I've already jumped down, like, on 2 of these at least. Maybe 1. Anyways, this is the soul area that I wanted to point out. I think. It should be this area. If I can find the grace for it. Oh yeah, here we go. They might have patched this though, so I guess I'll find out. But there are 2 rocks over here. Now, if I am correct, you can either... I think you can do this on your horse or on your feet. But we're gonna try it this way first. Alright. There will be a rock that will spawn behind us. There it is. Oh, they didn't. Awesome. Okay, as you can see there, I got more than what I got from the giant for souls. And as you can see, that is an insanely easy thing to do. There's just a little boulder that spawns here. You run in a circle. You have to be pretty tight with it though, and you'll get the feel for it. You probably will get hit by it a couple times, but I will say the best bet is to, as soon as it spawns in, circle to the right and move your camera back, and when you see it start to speed up, just sprint almost like a U. Almost like you're doing a U-turn with Torrent here. Like, this is kind of like the path that I'll take right here. Turn around and then sprint back really fast. Chances are it won't be fast enough to catch you, and it'll roll right off that cliff, and you'll get a good chunk of souls from it. There's another boulder somewhere down here, I believe, but I don't remember why. I had such an issue with it, so I only ever did the one. boulder, but I think there's another one. I think it's this thing. Yeah, there's enemies down here, so you might get hit and get staggered while you're trying to sprint. Where is this other boulder? Oh, there it is. I guess it's not that hard, but that bug can hit you. Also, I didn't even get souls from that one. Maybe I wasn't close enough to the cliff. Get the souls, maybe? I don't know. It's weird. Or maybe that's why. Maybe it was inconsistent, so I just started using the one. Anyways, see ya. Gotta go to bed. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next one. Alright, but yeah, so essentially what you're gonna do, let me just do this real quick a couple more times so you guys kind of get the gist of it. Gonna sprint down here. Just like that. Get the souls. You can run back with Torrent. Hop off. Then rest at the Grace. And then you're just gonna keep doing that a couple times until you have enough souls that you like. That is the easiest soul farming method for the beginner area right now. Look at that. Almost 7,000 souls in like just a couple minutes. Which, to be honest, is actually not a lot. It's a good chunk for right now, but 7,000 souls ain't shit halfway through the game. We got a chat here on Twitch from Bobby the Monkey. Yo, is this your first playthrough? First off, welcome in. Thanks for tuning in. And second off, this is not my first playthrough. So far I've got Dark Souls 1 and 2 done. And I want to do 3, but I wanted to play Elden Ring first. But I would say the only Souls game that I haven't played is Dark Souls 2. Well, until I streamed it here lately. But yeah, I've played Elden Ring probably the most out of all the Souls games. I don't even want to know how many hours of gameplay I have on this game, but I've just got way too many. I've got way too many hours on this game. Despite that, though, there's still stuff I'm learning about this game every time I play it. I'm always learning new stuff. So, very expansive, vast game. We got a chat on YouTube from Eternal Darkness. W Game. Welcome in, welcome in. Eternal Darkness. I also did this room farm. Yeah, I was kind of pointing this out quick because my original soul farm when I first started this game was, I just kind of showed it off, but it was over by the War Master Shack. You got these giants over here. I just kill them and then come back here. But I just felt like it was a little slow, and then one day I stumbled on to this area over here, where I'm at, yeah, over here, the Lenae's Rise or whatever, and I was like, dude, you get a little bit more souls from a ball that can't even like kill you. Well, I mean, it can, but it's a lot easier to deal with than the 4 or 5 fucking giants at the beginner level. But the other soul farm that I'll show off later on, I did not find that out myself. That was something I found out online. But that's not going to be until after we defeat Godric here. How many hours? Jeez. Let's see. How many hours on this game do I have? Well, just for the PS5 version, so this is just the PS5 version, which I will also say, I will say this little method that I'm doing takes fucking forever on PS4, so it's really nice playing this on PS5. Anyways, where do you see how many hours on this game you played? Okay, 379 hours, and that's just on the PS5 version. That's not including my PS4 version. So quite a lot. Quite a lot. I think the PS4 version, I had like 800 something hours on it, maybe. I don't know. I had way too many hours. I spent so much time on this game. Ever since this game's come out, it's been like my go-to game, like on the PS4 and PS5. You know, every once in a while I'll play another game for a couple months. But I'll say the longest time that I haven't played Elden Ring was probably this past year. Yeah, for about, I'd say the past year, I haven't played Elden Ring up until I started this stream. A little bit after the DLC, I played it when it came out, but that was almost over a year ago, so... yeah, it's been a long, long wait. But that's kind of good because I was almost getting, like, exhausted of this game for how much I was playing it. Anyways, regardless, with the souls that you've gathered, you can either level yourself up or you can go upgrade your weapons or do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm going to level up endurance. Put it all into endurance for me. Yeah, me too, from Bobby the Monkey. Oh, you played this game too. Yeah, it's a solid game, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do really like the stories and the lore from Dark Souls games and all that, but you can't lie on the gameplay. Like, I've got to really give them credit for this. This is the pinnacle of FromSoft gameplay here. It's just great. We got Yo on YouTube from Ghost123. Welcome in. Welcome into the stream. Nice, I have 639. Stopped playing after I beat the DLC last year. That's the one thing I'll say. I don't think I really beat the DLC. Maybe I did. All I know is I had a hell of a time with that final boss fight in the DLC. That really, super fun, but super, super difficult for me. Look at that guy's using Gut Sword too. Wait, what? I need to see, how much was Gut Sword? 31 strength. We're getting there. In time, I'll be using that great sword. In time. How's the game going? It's going pretty good. Going alright. I'm just, at the moment, I'm trying to play it patient and not run into the boss right away. I'm trying to go around, do a little bit of farming, show off some little tips I've kind of learned about playing the game. I wanted to go... Where did I want to go? Well, I definitely should have grabbed that map fragment on the way here. I guess there is something else I want to say before you get too crazy with the rune farming. Palace Approach Lead is the best rune farm. If that's the one with the bird, yeah, that's the best one in the game, I think. Which I will show that off here in a bit. Somewhere in here in Caelid, there's a little cave. I'll have to show it off later because I'm not gonna be getting any crazy kills. But yeah, that boss fight, it will probably kick my ass. Alright, let's see, how many upgrade materials do I have here? Got 6-1, 6-2. I could probably upgrade my claymore one more time. Might as well, but after this I think I'm gonna slow down on upgrading this weapon just cause I ain't trying to really dive down the claymore path. Although I do like the claymore. I've only played 3 FromSoft games. I have 4. Have you tried Lies of P before? I have. I don't have Lies of P, but I have tried it before. That is definitely a game that I would like to stream eventually someday as well. Oh, okay, I could level it up one more time. Ah, fuck it, let's pop a consumable. I don't really like using consumables, but... How much do I have? 300. Enough?
Back already, no matter.
Ooh, I could do it one more time. I could do it one more time. Yeah, I'll do it one more time. That's it. That's it. No more upgrading on this weapon afterwards, though. Not a big deal, honestly. Like, if you're, like, if you're first starting off this game, you're trying to use it as a walkthrough, I wouldn't worry too much about like, oh, I'm over leveling up my sword, you know, like all of these smithing stones eventually in the game will be infinite for you. Aside from like the last couple chunks that like put you over level or like plus 25. Or is it plus 25? Does it go up to 25? I don't remember. Whatever the highest ranks one are. Which, but at that point, you'll know which weapons that you want to have fully upgraded. But for now, I will say, since they're kind of limited at this moment for me, I don't really want to go trying to get the bell bearings for them just yet. I am gonna slow down on leveling that up for now. Not the bird, the albernicks that are close to the site of grace. Oh yeah, yeah, I think the bird and albernick combo is crazy. You just get a shitload of souls. And if you pair that with the gold beetle talisman as well. I used to shoot the bird, but the albernicks give you way more runes. They definitely do, especially if you have the endgame sword. If somebody drops you that thing, you use the endgame like Ash of War sword. You do that lightning wave or whatever it is. Wave of gold. It's just so, like, so fast. Yeah, by the way, do you have a Discord server or something like that? Not yet. I get that question quite a lot. I do have a Discord, but I'm not very good with Discord. I still have to go through and set it all up. So it's kind of my bad. But yeah, my Discord is just, it'll be my username, just Austish. But I will eventually set up a little Discord server for my community here when I could figure out how the fuck to use Discord. I don't know. I'm not very tech savvy with Discord. But I'll figure it out. Consort Radon is a good boss, but I didn't beat him because my save file got corrupted. Damn, dude, your save file got corrupted? How the fuck did that happen? I'd be so pissed if I got up to Radon, Consort Radon, and my save file got corrupted. Oh, that'd be such a bummer. Plus 25 and plus 10. Okay, yep, that's what it was. Because the plus 25 is for, like, original, regular weapons, and then the plus 10 is for, is it somber weapons, or... Next 25 normal, 10 for somber. Okay, yeah. I can make you a Discord server, but the link won't work with me for some reason. What do you mean, the link? What link? Consort Radon pissed me off. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, Consort Radon made me angry as hell. I've never been so frustrated at a FromSoft game before. I will say, like, I really did like the DLC, but I felt like some of it was kind of artificially difficult. Some of the bosses in there belong in fucking Sekiro, man. They don't belong in Elden Ring. I don't mind if those bosses were in Sekiro. But the thing is, you have Elden Ring movement fighting Sekiro-style bosses. It's just crazy. Which, that'll just be an interesting little thing. I hate these birds so much. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna try this again. I want to get through here without... Okay, I'm dead. Nice. Like, when I send a link, it won't work. A link to what? My Discord username? Or are you saying, like, a link in chat? Because if it's in chat, that might make sense, because I do believe YouTube kind of restricts people posting links nowadays. At least that's what I've noticed. Alright, I kind of want to take this one at a time. These birds suck ass. Come down here. Bing! Oh, you're just all over the place. Okay, that's one down. Actually, it doesn't matter. I forget how many grace. This game gives you so much grace with graces. No pun intended. Kind of pun intended, but... Like... You will probably never run into a long... Like, so for those of you who have been watching my Dark Souls playthroughs, there's like no run backs to bosses in this game. There's a couple, but like they don't even compare to they don't compare to the run backs we've had in the previous Souls games. A link in chat. Yeah, you might have to like space it out or like, I don't know. I think you have to like, if you like space out the letters, maybe it'll work. But I know YouTube, yeah, they don't really they don't allow links on their comments anymore. Or chats or whatever. I don't really know why. Okay. Oh! Yeah, so instead of fighting these bird fuckers, I'm just gonna run past. I'm gonna run to the right, and there should be a grace in this room. Most of the DLC bosses were easy for me. I used over 70 rune arcs on Radahn. I would say the bosses that got me the worst in the DLC were, was it Mesmer or Mesmer? I don't know, that lanky flame guy. He got me caught up. Definitely Radahn got me caught up as well. Oh, the more I think about it, the more I don't know. That DLC will forever be ingrained in my brain as it's just like I don't know, it was refreshing because when the DLC came out, I literally just finished moving to where I'm at right now, and it was summer, and I just started playing the game with my buddies. We all had it, and I were like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, this is so hype. And it was a new experience, the difficulty was harder. I don't know, it was just, chef's kiss all around. I was so pumped for Shadow of the Erdtree, as many other people were. But that thing, the hype for that game was going around for years because they made a statement that they were working on it. It took like almost 2 years before the fucking thing came out. At least it felt like 2 years. So if you just copy the link and put it on Discord, you should be able to work. Yeah, so for that link, maybe put like the first chunk of it in parentheses or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to give you advice. But the link, when you put links in YouTube, you have to find workarounds. They won't actually become clickable links. And on top of that, most of the time, like in your case right now, where you're trying to post, when you're trying to post a link, it will not show up. YouTube will deny it. Mesmer. Okay, that's what it was. Played DS3 for the first time recently. Amazing game. I like DS3 a lot, but I gotta admit, fucking depressing game, man. I just got done playing Dark Souls 1, which is a depressing game as well, but it's got a lot of hope mixed in with it, and Solaire and all that. I mean, yada yada. I've already yapped about this, as I'm sure many of the people that were, if you were watching that stream, probably already knew. A lot of people in the comments were kind of agreeing with how hopeful that game is, how motivational that game is. Dark Souls 3 takes all of that and says, fuck you, everything was for nothing, and I don't know. But I will say Dark Souls 3, fantastic game. But I'm kind of dark fantasy out right now, like, I don't know, I just was mentioning this before, but gotta get the speedo. Alright. I was just talking about this before, but, yeah, I don't know, I've just been, like, on top of that, like, I've been reading a lot of Berserk again lately, and, like, I love Berserk, I love Dark Souls, I love Dark Souls 3, but it's kind of like just dread, you know? And I don't want to have that all the time. Elden Ring feels a lot more like light fantasy, and, I don't know. I just needed something different for a little bit. A little palate cleanser, you know what I mean? I like fantasy stuff. I really like dark fantasy stuff because it's usually, like, it's got some great themes in it, but I don't know. I had to take a break from Berserk. I had to take a break from Dark Souls. I've been reading a bit of Vagabond and Vinland Saga instead. of Berserk. Which, don't get me wrong, they're all great stories. I've yapped quite a bit about all those series before. I mean, for fuck's sake, I just made it like an in-depth Berserk video like a couple weeks ago. Well, I should say I finished it. A video that I was working on for years about Berserk, but yeah, anyways. Holy shit. What's going on here? May I have the item, please? What is this? Is this a joke? Come on. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Give me the item. That sucks. Alright, well, maybe he'll drop it again. Yeah, anyways, this is where the castle can continue. You can kind of explore around. I probably should honestly do that before I fight the boss. So, if I remember right, yeah, the elevator's over here. That'll bring you back to... bring us back to the last site of grace that we rested at. Yep. Go back up though. Well, before I got the DLC, I got the chance to play Sekiro, so I played it. I got to Ishin Sword Saint, and I lost so much that I stopped getting mad at it all for some reason. First off, that's crazy. I didn't even get that far on Sekiro. I actually was so bad. I was so ass at Sekiro that for the first year that I had the game, I was stuck on the... What the hell was it? It's not even a giant, but it's like this enslaved giant. I think anyone who's played Sekiro knows what I'm talking about. It's not even really a boss. It is a boss, but it's really not. It's more of like a mini-boss, if anything, and the best way to fight him is to go and grab like this flame contraption, and it's this whole thing. I don't know. Anyways, for the first year, I could not get past that fucking thing. I was like, dude, what is going on? Like, this game is just way too hard compared to any other FromSoft game. And, but I eventually got a little bit further, and I remember getting to... I got past, like, the Brazen Bull. I forgot where I left off on that game, but yeah, I will say that's one thing with FromSoft games, but especially Sekiro. You just get to a point where you lose everything, that you just stop giving a fuck. You're not mad anymore. You're just locked in the whole time. Alright, anyways. Hop over here. Up right there. A little bit of parkour. Just like my Elden Ring file, the Sekiro file got corrupted because the power cut off. Dude, that's so ass, man. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. I don't think I would want to play the games after that. Not because they're not great games, but it's like you got so far, you made so much progress, all for it to be for nothing. Lose it all. I beat all the DS3 DLC bosses first try, only had a real problem with Nameless King. Nameless King. That is a boss I can't wait to fight in Dark Souls 3. I've been looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to how... I'm pretty sure Nameless King is in Elden Ring Night Rain. I bought Berserk last year. Absolutely amazing, but God, it's depressing. Yeah. So, I will say Berserk is a very, very dark story. It has a lot of really, really fucked up themes. But, at the same time, it is one of the most, like, impactful motivational stories I've ever read. But the thing is, before you get the motivation and all that, it's like you have to see these characters go through so much traumatizing shit. And some of it is relatable to some people, unfortunately. Obviously not like the demons and shit like that, but, you know, like the trauma that people get from, I don't know. I don't know how much I can get away with saying on here, but, like, if you read Berserk, you know what I'm talking about. But, I don't know. There's something very motivational about motivational about guts. I mean, fucking A. I will say, a crazy story. The first time I ever experienced Berserk, I was like, I want to say I was like 7 to 10 years old. Somewhere in there. And it was the 1997 anime that I watched. And that definitely left a mark on me. Left a huge mark on me. But I will never forget that story. Is what has gotten me, like, without Berserk, I don't think I would have really passed my English classes in school when it came to writing stories. I don't know. There's just so much. I could go on and on about Berserk, but I guess if anybody's interested in my take on Berserk, I made a pretty in-depth video a couple weeks ago. You can search on my channel. I don't want to yap people's ear off because they hear me talk enough about Berserk. But I will say, I have a tattoo of Berserk, and I'm starting to regret it now because everybody and their fucking mother is like getting that brand of sacrifice tattoo. It's becoming like a tramp stamp almost. But thankfully, my Berserk tattoo is not finished, so mine will be a little bit different. I want to get it where it's like, for those of you who read that far into Berserk, where he gets like a seal on top of his Berserk, or on top, he gets a seal on top of his brand of sacrifice, and a tattoo artist has still gotta finish that up for me once I get enough money. What we got here? Somebody got a lot of ratings on a message. Oh, never mind. Surely what you seek is somewhere close by. Damn, not even the first boss? Yeah. Yeah, Sekiro is something else, man. People say these games are challenging. They are, but Sekiro is way more challenging in my opinion. But also has way more fluid combat mechanics. And it's just really fast-paced. Darkness, if you want to get so depressed that you won't even get mad at anything, well, I have Determination, Undertale reference. Oh, dude, I was just talking about this. I need to start an Undertale playthrough soon. For stream. That was such a good game, too. I will say, like, in a dumbed-down sense, in a very dumbed-down sense for both of the series, Undertale and Berserk, I will say that Undertale, I can definitely see why it's got so many fans for, like, its motivational value. I feel like Berserk kind of has that similar thing, too. Although Berserk is a much more dark, realistic, gritty take on motivation and the grueling challenges that you will go through in life to get that motivation and to keep pushing on in life. Undertale also has that, but not nearly to the same extent, thank God, because that would just be too much assault for one cute game. Can you give me your Discord? Yeah, it should be Austish. Just AUSTISH. Alright, so then we wrap around there, and we can get to that side from over here now. Yeah, I think I know why God killed the animator before finishing the anime. That is fucked up. The animator didn't even... what was his name? Kentaro Miura. He was, I don't think he did anything with the animation. I think he just worked on the mangas. I will say, though, no, not spoiling anything, but where Berserk is at, once Guts and Casca get to the Elf Island, it is like... beautiful, man. I've never, like... Berserk is so good for just showing you a picture and you just tearing up. That's what I gotta say about Berserk. You just look at a picture, it has no words on it. You look at the book, you're reading the book, and no words, but you just see somebody, like, dude. Oh! I did not want to fall down. Fuck! Get me out of here. Enough. Enough! Not another one. Okay, never mind. We're good. But dude, the fact that we had to wait how many years to see Guts finally fucking smile, dude, is insane. I know it's something so little, but when you see all the shit that Guts goes through in that story, and you finally see him just have a little smile after all these years, oh, it's peak. It's peak. How the fuck do I get out of here? I've never fallen down here before. I am not going to subject myself to that. Okay, so that's fine. We'll just respawn over here. Well, I only watched the 1998 anime because I can't buy the manga, so yeah, I just stopped. Yeah, the anime, the 90s anime is, gosh, that's rough. I know that I was in this camp for a while because I was a kid, and this was back when I wasn't really internet savvy and I didn't know anything about looking stuff up. I thought that that 90s anime was it for Berserk. And that is such a fucking terrible, terrible way to end something. That's why it traumatized, well, I wouldn't say traumatized, but it stuck with me. It stuck with me for a long time in my mind. Then I eventually found out about the books, and the books go so much further than the anime in the 90s does. The anime in the 90s just covers the Golden Age arc, and there's like 5 other arcs in the story. In equal or longer lengths than the Golden Age. It's a very large story. But, yeah, it definitely gets a lot more happy, and then sometimes it gets worse. But, yeah. I think that's as far as I can go here. I'm getting sick. That sucks. Berserk has no happy ending, it's just about survival. Well, maybe. The author did say that when he was alive, that he... Well, I guess I can't say this word for sure, but I know in one of the interviews, it was translated that he wanted a happier ending for Berserk. Because there's so much horrible shit all these characters go through, that he felt that it would be kind of pointless to end the series off on something terrible. So, like, here's hoping that the new author that has taken over Berserk does go with that route. Preying on Griffith's downfall. Same, dude. I know that that'll probably not happen. I think that's the whole point of Berserk, is that, like, revenge is a fool's game. I mean, there's so many different themes with Berserk. But the whole thing with, like, revenge being, like, a pointless quest, I feel like that's gonna pop up again, because Guts just cannot touch Griffith at all. Even in this current timeline, like all the way up to where Berserk is right now, Guts still can barely even like harm Griffith at all. Which sucks, you know. I think honestly everybody would love to see Griffith's head on a pike at the end of the story. But I think it's gonna take a more different approach. My hypothesis is that Guts and Casca, well, I don't know, it's hard because, I mean, I don't want to spoil things at all, so I'm not going to, but I will say it's hard to say this now, knowing what I know, reading what I've read in the newer chapters, but I wanted to see Guts and Casca kind of live out their days on the Elf Island in just finally having some fucking peace for once in their lives. I spent a lot of money on Berserk stuff last year. Same, dude. Those deluxe editions, I've got like most of those books, and I've probably spent well over $400 on those hardcovers, but definitely worth it. Yo, how's it going? From CBO Chris on YouTube, welcome in. We're just playing a little bit of Elden Ring, kind of yapping a little bit here about Berserk. I don't want to say I shouldn't talk about Berserk, because obviously, yeah, that's big inspiration for these games, and also my fucking character that I'm playing as is Guts, so I guess it makes sense. Get away from me, giant! Alright, when in doubt, mimic veil it out. Here's hoping he fucks off. He probably won't. I was searching, I was looking around, I find only the manga continues from the anime, only the 3rd Golden Age arc movie goes a little farther, so yeah. Yeah, the animes, they only like scratch about like a quarter of the story. It does go pretty far. If you think about it, Mikola is just Griffith 2.0. Facts, dude. Mikola is Griffith. I see a lot of similarities in all these games, and little references to Berserk, which of course they do on purpose, but Is the new book good? The paperback. I haven't bought the newest chapter. So essentially, every chapter after Kentaro Miura died and the new author came in, I haven't bought any of those books yet. I didn't even know they were out. But I've got up to all the deluxe books up to the one before they reach Elfhelm. So that was like a couple years before Kentaro Miura died. But the rest of them, I've just been reading online. I will say, though, I always prefer paper copies. And eventually, once these newer chapters get put into the thicker deluxe edition hardcovers, I'll be buying that as well. But to say if it's good or not, it's good. It's fucking good. I won't. It's hard to say though because, I don't know. I guess I didn't really say too much about this on my Berserk video that I made, but okay. So with the new author, I think they're doing a great job. The new author was Kentaro Miura's like best friend that knows some of the key plot points of the entire story. You know, they used to talk about it with each other. The problem with that is, one, it's not Kentaro Miura working on it anymore, so there is a lot of details missing. Like, the art is still pretty good. There's some spots where it's like, okay, this looks a little weird for Berserk standards, but, you know, his team definitely, they're emulating the style of Berserk as well as they can. But the problem is, because his best friend doesn't really know, like, he didn't really know the finer details, and that's what Berserk is all about, the finer details, you know? So, it's very fast-paced right now. There's, like, no room to, like, sit down and, like, you know what I mean? Berserk always has, like, you know, horrible shit happens, or big event happens, or something happens, and then the characters for a while kind of have this grace period where, you know, it kind of goes into, like, this vagabond territory almost, where it's like, you know, Guts is just thinking about stuff, or pondering, or, like, planning, or, like, you know, there's these little details. They're always sprinkled in. You don't get that right now, and you can't get that with, for obvious reasons, but, I would say, besides that, though, it is pretty good. But the fucking hiatuses, man, they're still there. I will say Berserk right now is at, currently, I'm not gonna spoil it. You guys can look it up at yourself if you want. But it is at one of the most depressing points I've ever seen Guts in his life. It is very hard to read. Just seeing Guts in the state that he's in now. Which, hopefully, the story will, pull him out of that shit that he's in, but it's very sad to read. I actually got one of my... I always get a couple of my buddies into reading Berserk. One of my more recent buddies that I got into Berserk, he was like, dude, I want to know, like, where it's at right now. And I'm like, are you sure, man? And then he's like, yeah, dude. I was like, I know where it's at right now in the story. So I showed him, and he's like, dude, I don't want to read this anymore. I'm gonna cry. Which I don't blame him. Yeah, Miyazaki liked Berserk too. I knew that from the references. FromSoft Griffith. I sent a friend request on Discord. Alrighty, I'll have to add you later after I stop streaming here. I have all the deluxe editions, the artwork of Berserk book, a Guts figurine, the 1997 anime on Blu-ray, and a poster. Damn. I do have to get the 97 anime. I mean, to be honest, it's not hard to find and watch, but I like physical copies of things, and I want to get that. I mean, for fuck's sake, I've got the physical copies of Vinland Saga, at least Season 1. And I've got physical copies of the books of Vagabond and Vinland Saga, so... Once you finish, can you accept? Yeah, I'll have to, after I'm done with my stream, I'll accept that friend request. Do Guts and Casca talk at all? You can spoil, I don't mind. Well, I can't look it up, so if you guys have seen it, it's alright if you spoil. Alright, anybody that's watching this right now that is a Berserk fan and wants to read it at their own pace, please, like, mute your mic for, like, a minute or something. Because I'm gonna throw in some huge Berserk spoilers. Right now, to answer your first question from Eternal Darkness, do Guts and Casca talk at all? Yes, they do. Once they get to Elfhelm, Casca gets her memories. Well, she like gets her old self back, where she can speak and talk. And the witches there are like talking with her, and they ask, because they kind of like, I don't know, you know, Berserk does get into this kind of dark fantasy in the second half. So it's like these witches go dive into her mind, and they try to help her figure out what her traumas are, all this shit, blah, blah, blah. It's a huge thing. It's cool, but I'm paraphrasing everything right now. And then she comes out of this, like, they all come out of her, like, mind or whatever, and they're, like, talking with her, and she's talking with them, and then she's like, they're both like, do you remember Guts? And it's just a picture of Casca with, like, a huge smile on her face with, like, tears. And it's like, she obviously doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything, but like you can clearly tell that she knows who Guts is. She remembers him, and she's very happy about thoughts of Guts. And after that, unfortunately, she goes to talk with Guts, and they're actually sitting there talking for a little bit. And Guts is like super happy. He's like, "Oh my god, you know, Casca, you're back." And they're talking for a little bit, and then they say, like, they're talking about something about Rickard. Oh, I think it's something about Guts throwing knives. And she's like, oh, the throwing knives. Rickard. I think it was Rickard, right? Or was it Judo? Fuck, no, it's Judo. Judo. The little blonde kid that dies in the apocalypse, or the apocalypse, the eclipse, dies in her arms. And she's talking about it, and she's like, oh yeah, Judo, I remember he taught you how to use those or whatever. And then like she fucking has this trigger effect to the eclipse, and then she starts screaming and crying. Which is awful, because Guts is sitting there, and you just see the pain in his face, man. It's so hard to read. She's sitting there screaming, and they all kind of shuffle her away, and Guts is just sitting there like fighting back tears. And, yeah. So if I will say that she's normal now, but it's still at a point where she's uncomfortable around Guts. She wants to speak to Guts, but every time that she talks with him, she's reminded of something about the Band of the Hawk, and then she's reminded of the Eclipse, blah, 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 all that shit. So they're somewhat normal, but they're still working on that. Unfortunately, it gets even worse. I'm about to spoil some more, so if anybody's still, like, unmuting their mic again, and like, oh yeah, I want to hear more, or like, I want to see you play the game, I'm sorry I've taken a little tangent here. Mute your mic again if you don't want spoilers. Or mute your audio. So unfortunately, and none of this shit makes sense to people who haven't, like, really gone in depth with Berserk, but, so Guts has a son, right? And he's treating his son, like, it's awesome to see. Guts is giving his son the amazing, wholesome childhood that Guts never had that. He was abused as a kid and assaulted and sold off as, like, he was SA'd. And it's just awesome. But then, not Guts' history. That's not awesome. But what's awesome is seeing Guts take care of his son. And because his son is connected to Griffith through the whole, like, the whole conviction arc that was explained. Griffith comes back through his son on the fucking island, and Griffith is, like, feeling emotions, so he feels regret and, like, sadness and pain looking at Guts and Casca. But ultimately, it doesn't fucking matter, because goddammit, Zod comes in, and Griffith and Zod, these motherfuckers... I hate it. Sometimes I really hate Berserk, because they took everything away. God damn it, that shit pissed me off so much. Guts fucking lashes out. He swings at Griffith. He can cut a hair off of him. That's the one fucking thing. He cuts a hair off Griffith. So it's hope that maybe someday Griffith will be able to be harmed by Guts. It's a biggest step in the series Guts has taken to hurting Griffith since he's become part of the God Hand. But motherfucker, they take everything, they ruin the island, they turn it to shit, everybody's fucking freaking out, there's demons on the island, and Griffith just grabs Casca, and Zod grabs Griffith, and they fly away, and Guts is just sitting there, and the only thing he can do is just reach his hand out. And he's got this face of, like, it's gone. Like, everything's fucking gone again. And, the panel is so painful to read. Just Guts holding his sword, crying on it. It's fucking awful. And then the next chapter, they're in the boat, they're getting off the island because it's fucking overrun. And they're all just like, what's wrong with Guts? Where's Guts? And he's in the hull of the ship. And you just see him, like, laying on the fucking ground, like, just done. He's just done. He doesn't even want to get up. And he's, like, fucking just... He's looking at his sword. And he's getting all these memories. And he's talking to his... Like, he's talking to his sword. That's how fucking crazy he's gone now. Like, he's sunken so low that he's talking to his goddamn sword. And he's like, you know, this is the only thing that I've ever relied on in my entire life was my sword. The only thing I could ever trust in my life was the strength in my sword. You know, like, he couldn't trust people. He couldn't trust anything except his sword because, you know, I mean, the whole point of Berserk at the start was, you know, Guts is a mercenary, and that's how he changed his life, was becoming a mercenary. So the only thing he could ever trust in his life with his sword was the sword. And it's like, god damn it. I don't even want to think about it, man. It's fucking pissing me off. And it's making me upset. Not really, but it's fucking sad, man. He's just staring at this fucking sword and he's crying to his sword. He's like, you're the only thing I've ever trusted in my whole life. Only you. And you let me down. Because it couldn't hurt Griffith. And... And then the fucking, what the hell are they called? There's these group of people that are like, they work under Ganishka. Or some of them work with Ganishka. I'm trying to remember their names. But whatever, that faction comes in, sees Guts in the fucking ship because they board their ship. And they're like, oh my god, it's the Black Swordsman, you know? Holy shit, he's just gonna sit there? Let's fucking chain him up. Let's take him with us. And Guts just lets him. I'm like, motherfucker, man, what are you doing? I don't know. Being a Berserk fan is very tough sometimes. It's a very hard read sometimes, but rest assured, I have faith, I have hope that something amazing will happen to Guts. Sorry for the whole tangent right now. I know some of you people watching this are like, dude, shut the fuck up. But, I mean, I'm just trying to talk with the chat, and honestly, if you're watching a Souls stream and you can't expect a little bit of Berserk, especially when the guy playing the fucking game is dressed up as Berserk, I'm sorry, but that's kind of on you. I'm a huge fan of Berserk, so. But anyways, I watched Vinland Saga, and it's underrated. Yeah, Vinland Saga is fucking fire, dude. Vinland Saga is awesome. I would say Vinland Saga gives me the same feeling as Berserk Golden Age, just without the fantasy elements. And Vinland Saga takes a more somewhat of a pacifistic approach to the trauma. Both of them are peak, though. Vinland Saga is right up there with Berserk, in my opinion, and Vagabond, too. I know that doesn't have an anime, but it doesn't even fucking need one. All three of those are amazing. I know she's able to talk now, but the ending of the last deluxe edition volume is just Griffith showing up. I remember that, all that. Being a Berserk fan is great, but tragic. Vinland Saga was peak. Yeah. Pretty much. I love Berserk, but god damn it, I feel like the author really fucking hated Guts. Like, how could you have this character go through all this awful shit? Like, just give him a fucking rest already. Alright, but yeah. Highly recommend Berserk. Highly recommend Vinland Saga. Highly recommend Vagabond. I know all this shit sounds really awful right now to some people, but it pays off. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping about Berserk. I made a whole video about Berserk a couple weeks ago. If people are interested in that and my opinions on it and how it's changed my life and other people's lives and all that shit, how it's impacted me throughout my life, go give that one a watch. But otherwise, I'm gonna focus back on the game here. But yeah, I agree with all you guys. Those are great series. Anyways, to fight Godric here, you don't have to do this, but this can be a summon for you.
Well, who do we have here? Tarnished, are you? Clearly not one of Godric's lot. I am Nefeli Lu, tarnished and warrior. I'm here by decree of how utterly this grafting of Godric is tainted the very wit. If you intend to challenge, I ask you call upon me. The winds run foul. I'm certain father would permit me aid the fight. Apologies. As fellow tarnished, down whatever road. As fellow down whatever road.
Like, Thorfinn in the last season was so peak. Dude, thank God, man. I feel like, okay, season 1... I'm out here, I go yapping again, sorry. But, I guess, before I go on a yap sesh, for those of you using this as a walkthrough, you're going to talk to this character here. Exhaust all of her dialogue, and then you can either run back or you can just warp back to the secluded cell. This will be a summon, an NPC summon for this next boss fight. Anyways, Vinland Saga is so fucking good, and I feel like so many people miss the mark on like, oh dude, Season 2 sucked. It's like, what are you fucking talking about, you stupid fuck? Season 2 was amazing. Like, yeah, it's not Season 1, it's not violent and shit. I mean, it's kind of still violent, but like, they're like, oh, Thorfinn's a pacifist now, like, what the fuck? It's like, no, you're missing the point, man. And also, Thorfinn is not a fucking, like, straight up pacifist. Like, if you read the rest of the story, he's not. But, that being said, like, you see the traumas of what Thorfinn's going through from killing all these people that he didn't even really want to kill. He just did it to further his quest to fight ACCLAIMED, to avenge his father. And then he's just, you know, you see it throughout the whole farmland arc, where it's like, dude, Thorfinn is losing his fucking mind. And on top of that, Season 2 animation was peak, man. So great. Season 2 itself made me like, holy shit, I've got it. I've got to buy this. So I did. I went out and bought Vinland Saga books. And I cannot wait till they animate Season 3. I can't wait till they animate Season 4. It gets so good. I'm waiting for all of the definitive editions of Vagabond to come out. Don't really want the Vizbigs or whatever they're called. If they eventually, like... Oh, yeah, no, they are! Actually, you're right. I was just in a Barnes & Noble. I saw they're making definitive editions for Vagabonds. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Because I've got 1 through 4, the softcover Vagabonds. And I'm seeing these deluxe editions coming out. They're coming out, so I kind of want to get the hardcover deluxe edition Vagabond books. Kind of for the same reason that you were talking about there. I cried when Thorfinn saw his family again. Dude, yeah, dude. There's so many times I teared up in Vinland Saga. Like, dude, okay, spoilers for Vagabond, or Vinland Saga here, so sorry, again, for anybody who's watching that doesn't want to be spoiled on these series, I'm gonna go into some spoilers about Vinland Saga. But the whole fucking first season, like, how the fuck did they manage to make me tear up over ACCLAIMED, man? Like, at the beginning of the season, I'm like, dude, fuck this guy. I can't wait for Thorfinn to stick a knife in his throat. And then by the end of it, when, you know, ACCLAIMED is dying, it's like, dude, no, please don't let him die here, you know? And then Thorfinn's, like, begging him to get up. Ah. Peak. Absolute peak. And I will say, there's, especially too, I don't know why, but something was so impactful to me when Thorfinn in Season 2 was, like, in that dream sequence thing, or, like, he got knocked out when he got into the fight with the farmhands, and he's sitting there in, like, this almost, like, slightly purgatory type of state, and he's looking down, and he's seeing all, like, the dead Vikings, and he looks over to his left, and ACCLAIMED's, like, soul, in a way, is sitting next to him, and he's, like, telling him, you know, like, you gotta get out of here. You don't want to drop back down to that shithole, you know? And that's what's crazy, too, is ACCLAIMED was kind of like Thorfinn and Thor's, in a way. He just, like the whole point, he hated Vikings, but he had to become one. And he's literally sitting there, like, coaching Thorfinn. He's like, dude, climb out of this shit. You don't want to go back into being a Viking, man. Like, get out of there. You're going to have to take all these dead people with you. So, like, Thorfinn, in a metaphorical sense, is carrying the guilt of all these dead... Oh, it's so good. I fucking love Vinland Saga, man. And, okay, this is also a slight spoiler. It's not huge spoiler, though. No, like, super spoiler here, but when Hild, or however you pronounce her fucking name, when she gets introduced to the story, and it's like... she's, like, claiming dibs on Thorfinn's life, so then Thorfinn is in a fucking reverse situation from, like, the beginning of the story, where instead of him
trying to kill somebody, it's somebody else trying to kill him. Like, it's like a whole, you know, Thorfinn and Askeladd situation, but now it's Thorfinn that's in Askeladd's place, and Hild's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. The moment that I see you slip up, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And I'm gonna take revenge on what you did to my family, type of thing. And then, later on, many chapters later, like Thorfinn, oh my god, that fucking scene had me crying. It's not animated yet, but it's in the books, and Hild like just places her hand on Thorfinn's shoulder, and she's like, I forgive you. Whew. I fucking A, man. That shit had me bawling. I was like, oh my god, yes. Oh, it was so good. But I will say, a new chapter of Vinland Saga has been released, and I saw it on Facebook, and I don't even know if I want to go into it with you guys. Very, very sad things happen. Very, very sad things happen. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but... okay, let me just read the chat here quick. Not ashamed to admit I cried to the anime. While my brothers say that he is making a story, he asked me if your men are being tortured, your hand is cut off, and your eye is closed. Well, what will you do? I said, I will go and then I will get a greatsword and then push them. He said, they were being tortured by the firehawk, which is so messed up. If you want more information about how they're getting tortured, I'll be more than happy to explain. Oh yeah, go in depth, man. Go in depth. I'm over here yapping about... I'm like, you know, nerding out right now about Berserk and Vinland Saga. It would be only fair. I don't know if I really want to say who it is, because I really don't want to spoil anybody. This is a huge, like absolutely huge event that is taking place currently in Vinland Saga. But somebody very important just got stabbed in the neck, and it is fucking brutal. I'm still coping. I'm still like I got it spoiled to me through fucking Facebook of all things. But I remember in the comments, I was in the comment section with these people. I'm coping. I'm literally coping. I'm like sitting here like, oh, he's not dead. He's not dead. It's just like, you know, fuck. I hate these series, man. I don't hate them. I love them, but they're so fucking sad sometimes. But hopefully this certain character is not dead. I guess it's kind of at the point right now, it's like a cliffhanger. It's like, oh my god, did the knife go deep enough to hit an artery? Or did it just slightly graze him? Well, we don't know yet. I'm really hoping for the fucking ladder option, but... Anyways. Jeez, I've been yapping. I have been yapping. Yeah, when anybody talks to me about Vinland Saga or Berserk, I just start yapping. Anyways, it's time to get back into Elden Ring. We're gonna touch this golden summon sign, summon in the cooperator. That is the character that we talked to before. I'm gonna pop in a Zinny Winnie for good luck. And I don't know. I will say, undoubtedly, Vinland Saga, Berserk, and Vagabond, they have changed my outlook on life in many different ways, and they're just so good. You know, I owe it to those stories for getting into like philosophical like books and stuff like that. They really got my interest piqued in philosophy and like human condition, stuff like that. Because those stories go into it very well, and it's just, oh, it's so good. I got bro to go on a manga rant. Yeah, pretty much did. I love them. I will say, like, I'm not too big into animes and mangas. I've been getting more into them in the past couple years. Like, I kind of branched out to Death Note and Cyberpunk. I feel like there's another anime or two that I've watched. I've definitely watched Baki. But the thing is about all those stories is they don't even fucking compare. Like, they're good stories, but they don't even compare to how moving and impactful Berserk, Vinland Saga, and Vagabond are. Those three are the top. They are the goats, man. They are the goats of manga. And I think they're the goats of storytelling, like, just in general. You got Vikings in one story. Fucking A, who doesn't like Vikings, you know? And historical, like, historical figures, like Leif Erikson, you know? I only ever knew about that guy from SpongeBob as a kid, like a hinga-dinga-dargan, you know? But Leif Erikson, fucking Thorfinn, it's all these fucking Viking characters, historical figures and shit. Like, okay, it's not 100% historically accurate, obviously, but, you know, the battle of, you got Denmark, King Sweyn, fucking King Canute. Like, come on, man, this shit's badass, and it's got a really cool story with it. Berserk, maybe not super, you know, super, like, what would you say? It's not historically accurate as much, but still. I don't know. I'm yapping too much. Let's just get into the boss fight. I love those stories, though. Highly recommend anybody who's watching this stream right now that has never seen those or read them, do yourself a remarkably large favor and go fucking read them.
Dragon.
They're so good.
Born heir.
So fucking good. And I don't even care about all these people like, oh, manga's cringe, anime's cringe. Like, bro, you're cringe. I understand there is some cringe in those genres, but these three stories, they're not. They're fucking awesome.
Well.
And it's honestly thanks to stories like that, especially Berserk, that we got games like this, so.
The lowly Tarnished.
I only got into the anime last year. Death Note was my first peak show.
Lord.
Oh yeah. Death Note reminded me of like an anime version of Breaking Bad.
I command thee.
She's looking at you like, bro, just go in, bro.
Yeah. All that is golden.
I see there's some more chats, but I gotta lock in here. Alright. So this boss fight is not too hard, to be honest, but there's two phases to it, and you do want to watch out for his whirlwind attack. That's where you'll really get caught up. He has a lot of delayed attacks similar to Margit. That thing. Jesus, I got caught on a fucking tombstone. I'm dead. Holy shit. Really wish I was locked on there. I truly am unfit to graft. That was terrible. That was fucking terrible. Okay. So don't do what I did. Don't get yourself caught on a fucking grave. You want to roll away from him or sprint away from him when you see him start twirling his axe around like that. Then you'll do like these little fucking rolls around the arena. There's different animations he can do. Sometimes he'll throw wind at you. It'll hit you. Other times he'll just run up to you. Either way, just be aware of that. His second phase, he will have a dragon that will breathe fire. It's honestly really easy to avoid it once you know what to do. I'm pretty sure you just sprint right behind him. He's easy. Godric is such an excuse of a demigod. Yeah, for real. This dude is weak as fuck. I say that after I just died in the first second I was... who's this other chat? While you ask for it, the person back skin is cut and it breaks them and started to post them on the back of the person like a hook that is spreading his wing. What is this story that you're talking about again? Or is this a story that you, this is a personal story that you're working on, right? Sounds like some dark fantasy type of stuff. Right up my alley. Alright, let's go again. Alright, Godric the Grafted. You're going down. Oh, I forgot this dude has two hands. He's got a little bit more than two. Get the fuck away from me. Oh no, he's fucking up my summon. Leave her alone! Oh, he's switching it up. Alright. Oh, that's the attack I gotta jump for. I keep forgetting to jump. You know, I've been playing all these Dark Souls games. I forgot there's jump in this game.
You're gonna want to jump to avoid that attack. Not that specific one, but the... Oh! Beat his ass right here. And don't stand in front of him. Because he can hit you. Yeah, when he starts screaming and cutting off his own arm, hit him as much as you can because he's about to transition to this cutscene.
Truest of dragons.
You can get a couple easy free hits on him. But just, don't stand in front of him because his axe will hit you. Bear witness! Alright. Immediately right off the bat. Sprint, sprint please! There we go. Oh my god, my guy almost didn't sprint there. As you can see, pretty easily avoidable. You just sprint to the right. He will do that attack again though. Ah, fucker had a delayed one. I forgot about that. No! He got my summon. Oh my god! I didn't know that it could hit me. I thought it's like stuck on her once you grab him. Okay. He's in a bad spot right here. Get the fuck off me, Godric! God damn it! This guy is supposed to be easy, and I'm just getting my ass kicked. Killed my summon. Are you fucking me? Oh. See, I panic rolled. I panic rolled twice. God damn it. I gotta get used to playing Elden Ring again, man. This is a very easy boss, and I'm just getting walked. Yeah, I've been playing I got too used to Dark Souls 1 mechanics. This shit is a lot more intricate. And I forgot you can jump in this game too. I have to remember to jump more. My brother's making this story. Oh, okay. Yeah, Godric is a weird guy. In Elden Ring, if you ask me which character is the best, I'll tell you hands down Radahn and Morgott. Fuck every simp that say Malenia is the best. Malenia. Malenia is the... She's the one with the fucking... the waterfall dance, right? Because there's Melina, Malenia, Nicola, I don't know. There's too many characters with M's that all end with I-N-A or E-N-A. I'm trying to remember. I personally think it's gotta... the best character in the game's gotta go to Alexander the Great Jar. He's the closest thing that I can get in this game to Solaire. Alright, let's try this again. Oh! You know, another thing I haven't been doing is my Lion's Claw attack, dude. This is why I probably should have fucking stuck on Dark Souls. Because I'm still stuck in the mindset of Dark Souls mechanics. I have not used my L2 once this entire playthrough. I gotta use that more. There we go. Hello? Oh man, I missed it. What am I doing? Oh shit. He's doing it already? He's not even at half health, man. Alright. Oh, I forgot to fill up my fucking physic. Wondrous physique, whatever it's called. Come on, get broken already. There we go. There's a stance break. There you go.
Of all that is golden, and one day we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
Alright. Yeah, my favorite is Mesmer, Malekith, and Melania. Favorite NPC is Millicent. Oh yeah, Millicent is connected to Melania in some sort of way, if I remember right. I said character in general. If it was only NPCs, I will say Alexander. Okay. So if we're not counting NPCs, and we're only counting like characters, yeah, I've got to give it to... I think I gotta go with Radahn. That dude is such a anabolic boss, man. I love his boss fight. I love his lore. It's awesome. I didn't say Mesmer is one of the best characters because his fight just sucks, but his lore is good. Second favorite NPC is Blythe. Millicent is Molly's granddaughter. Or daughter. Whoops. Second favorite NPC is Blythe. That's a good one, too. Blythe was also a pretty solid character. But of course, no happy ending in a fucking FromSoft game. Okay, so yeah, we got the Great Runes now. Which we will get into in just a second here. First off, I'm gonna hit this Grace. Level up. Let's see, how many levels can I go up? 3? Right, 1, 2... Yep, can't even count. That's how long of a day I've had so far. I'm gonna stick 1 into endurance, and I'll stick a little bit into figure. For the next couple levels, I'm just gonna focus on strength. Should be enough to scoot on by throughout this playthrough for a little bit. Now, as for Gasstock, or whatever his name was, the Gatekeeper, if he was alive in my playthrough, which he is not because I killed him, he would be right here kicking the head of the boss that you just killed. And then he would sell you stuff, but I killed him because I didn't want to deal with his bullshit and his little trolls, shenanigans throughout the castle. But yeah, you can either go forward, and that will end up at the outside of Lirunia, which is where I showed in the previous playthrough. So like when we ran around here, which would have been the dilapidated bridge, and I showed you guys we got this Grace over here. There's a bunch of wolves. It is going to end up right over there. But before we do that, we can try, I will say this is going to be kind of difficult, but we can try to go grab the Great Rune, which the Great Rune is all the way over here. In order for us to get over there, we have to go back through the castle. I will show you the area. I think I actually kind of pointed it out before. But that's when you go to this courtyard, it'll be on the left side. I guess, yeah, I'm saving Elden Ring fan art Berserk style. Playing Elden Ring Berserk style, no happy endings. Yeah. That was just fan art. That's true. I will say, there are some dark fantasy elements that FromSoft takes, well, not takes from Berserk, but is definitely inspired from their kind of more bleak outlooks. I feel like Elden Ring is a little bit more hopeful, but Dark Souls, at least Dark Souls 3, definitely has that very bleak atmosphere that is dripping in Berserk. Let's see, yeah, I'm pretty much fucked regardless here. Could put on this. Raises vitality. Let's use that. Hey, anything is better than nothing right now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this? Why are you giving me death? Why are you giving me that? Vitality governs resistance to the effects of death. Said that this... Oh yeah, vitality, not vigor. Duh. What is plus... Okay. Let me look here. What is my vitality at, actually? Vitality. 236. How much is it with it off? 146. Wow. Okay, so that is a chunk right there for sure. This is not really going to be useful at all for me right now, so... This might be confusing to some new players. It's not talking about death as in like, oh, like your traditional death, like you die in this game. No, there's actually a disease in this game, an ailment that can be put on you called death. It's kind of similar to Curse from Dark Souls, but without all of the super negative effects as like dropping your health permanently half. But what death does is it's that meter that was building down there. You'll get it from some enemies that have death. If the bar fully fills up, you will immediately die. So I guess that'll be useful, but not really right now. We won't run into any enemies at this very moment that give off death. That's kind of later on in the game. Anyways, there's a lot of items around here. You try to grab them, hopefully not get hit. There is a shitload of enemies and a shitload of people on these crossbows here. Oh man, get me out of here. Fucking bombs everywhere. Alright, so run through here. Again, a shitload of enemies. Just an absolute shitload of them. There's a little area down there we can go, but I'm not going to go there right just yet. There's a fucking lion over here. Just do your best not to get hit by him. I will have to fight that lion later. Maybe not that specific one, but I do want to fight another lion in Caelid. It gives me the Lion's Claw Ash of War, which I have on my Claymore right now, but I want to put it on my Greatsword. I think the Axe Talisman is way better. Honestly, yeah, I don't know. There's not really a point for me having this at the very moment. Right now, we'll put that on. Nope. Another thing, too, for those of you who are new to this series and using it as a walkthrough, you'll notice I have 2 talismans right now, whereas I started the game with 1. Throughout the game, you defeat very specific bosses, which are story-related bosses that further the quest line for the main story. The more of these bosses you kill, the more talisman pouches you'll get. You'll open up more slots to use talismans. You won't be able to collect all of them until kind of towards closer to the end of the game, but we'll get there in time. Bolt Drake Talisman. I think this is for lightning damage. Yeah, damage negation. It's the death rods. You'll be impaled if you got death. Yeah, you get this animation where you're impaled and there's a cloud of death around you. Basically you instantly die when it fills up the meter. Yeah, by the way, have any of you listened to Fascinating from the Lies of P? I have not listened to Fascinate, but I do know Lies of P though. I have played a little bit of that. Not really sure what you're specifically talking about, the Fascinating. We got the King in here on YouTube. Yo, welcome into the stream. Alright, so this next part might be familiar for some of you who watched me go and grab this Claymore, but we'll have a bunch of these statues popping up. Not too worried about that one. More so, it's the one that shoots the arrows. Never mind, maybe I am worried about him. Okay, I'm worried about him. I'm gonna give you guys a wide berth.
I'm getting a fucking cramp in my calf so bad. God damn it. Jesus. Oh, man. I think I need to drink more creatine or something. Have more bananas. Fucking calf is cramping up. My quad. I don't know why. But yeah, anyways, you'll hit that teleporter thing. You'll teleport all the way over here. You can run back as well, but the main thing that we want to grab is the Great Room, which is on the top of this tower. God damn, dude. Why am I cramping up so bad? I'm like a fucking old man right now. That shit is fucking killing me, man. God damn. Alright. I'm gonna go, man. Win stream. Thank you. Thank you much. Appreciate you stopping in. Have a good one. Fascinating is a music disc that is called The Peak of Lies of P. I'll definitely have to check that out once I get more into Lies of P, which will probably be pretty soon since I'm kind of going through a whole Souls-like genre playthrough as of right now. I started with Mortal Shell and I've worked my way to Elden Ring. W Berserk Rant. Thank you. Thank you very much. I do get a little crazy. You get a little crazy when it comes to Berserk. I don't know. Definitely a yapper. It's the music you hear in Krat Streets in the King of Puppet chapter, which is the 7th chapter. Oh, it's like OST from the game. I have not. I'll have to. I'll take a look at that after this stream's over, though. Aw, my cat's coming over, lay in my lap. How cute. Anyways, yeah. So we'll get to this tower here. Quite a simple tower to get to be honest, compared to the other Great Rune that we'll probably be getting next. Or actually, no. I'm thinking of the 3rd Great Rune. Yeah, we'll come up here, and then we'll grab this. And thank you, Kitty, for jumping right in front of my face. Alright. That's Godric's Great Rune. I'm trying to remember what his does. There's a couple of different Great Runes, and some of them are kind of useless, but in order for you to really use them, do I even have one? Should have one. Do I not have any rune arcs? What the fuck? How do I not have a rune arc? I could have sworn I got one already. Maybe I didn't. But anyways, rune arcs, once you get them, I'll show it off here, but they're consumables that you have to use in order to activate your Great Rune. And in order for you to have your Great Rune active, you have to rest at a Site of Grace and then equip it. Some Great Runes are amazing, and some are kind of shit. Let's see, Godric's. What is Godric's? Raises all attributes, so this one might be pretty nice. I can't really use it right now, but I guess we'll find out once I get a rune arc. But yeah. Well, I will go now. Bye, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Honestly, at this point, yeah, I should probably call this stream here too. It's been going for quite a while, but yeah, that's the Great Rune. That was the Stormvale Castle. There's definitely a little bit more to it, though. But yeah, I will. I'm gonna stop the stream here because it's been going for quite a bit and it's late. So, but yeah, thanks everybody for tuning on in. Thanks for the comments, like, support, all that. If you're watching on YouTube, check out the Twitch. If you're on Twitch, check out the YouTube. Pop-ups are in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. It's Austish for YouTube, xAustishx for Twitch. And yeah, I'll definitely be playing more Elden Ring very soon. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a good night.
you.